Opportunity doesn't come by very often, and I want to thank you all for creating an opportunity for me tonight to bring out some hidden, unobstructed, or highly obstructed, not seen, not perceived, new. I think you'll get it quick. The art will speak for itself. The evidence is overwhelming everywhere, and it depends on what time of day you go out. And I'd suggest morning light, evening light, and go slow. But you don't have to carry a big stick. I want to thank Mr. Chris Lugenbuehl, a co-high schoolite, Ellington High, graduation year 1965, and we have 3 representatives of my high school class. It is only because of Mr. Chris Lugenbuehl's gusto, focus, and love of humanity and Earth that we connected. He saw my data, I'm going to say, a year ago, and it's through his daughter Heidi that connected to Carol Lenig of this institution, the presser, and thus up we go. I want you to know I was so overwhelmed with Carol's flyer, that green, if you saw it all, I took it to 21 other libraries surrounding the Hartford hub. I have 5 towns, and the premier said, "Come, lad, West Hartford wants me to speak." And 7 others are noodling it in various capacities. Some. Say it again?
You got the best one first.
The first is always the best. It's got to start somewhere. Michael. Mr. Wolf. Okay. First, I'd just like to say there's something very arrogant of the Western world, Caucasianism specifically, that thinks the rest of the world is a bunch of goombas, a know-nothing, a lowlife, a to-be-conquered and consumed. Because they do not have this Judaic Christian base, they're considered lesser than what we consider us.
Not all of us.
Wrong, wrong, wrong. I want you to know, I will try to express and show an amazing correlation to the Hindi. And the Hindi say in their Sanskrits, or their Torah, or their Bible, their Sanskrits, they say that culture has risen and fallen 3 times to now the 4th rise, with evidence of nuclear war and flying machines in some long ago time. Natalia. Can I tell you this? There's something going on that the rocks hold a secret. The secrets are in the stones. It's almost biblical if you ever have spent time in such a place. The record is hidden, the record is secret, and I guess the record is for woods walkers. Woods walkers. I created this t-shirt, and when I wear it, I sell it. And so I put some of my poetry on the back. It goes something, excuse the plug, but it goes, "In woods remote I find this place. The need is here to have my space. The sounds and calls that nature brings is mortar to my crumbled soul. The brook, the thrush, the creaking tree are in all such a great comfort to me. The solitude is so rebuilding, and to my soul energy refueling. To have been there once is not for me, but to return many times is a spiritual reality." The title is Sanctuary. Ed, shall we let the games begin?
Whenever you're ready, Jeff.
Okay. This is an exact program I put on in Marquette, Michigan in 2014. A Judy Johnson of Marquette and her organization, AAPS, the Ancient Artifact Preservation Society. And she said, come on out. I said, I have no money. She said, neither do I. And so, being this kind of mechanical weirdo as a kid, I had Model A's at age 13. And I had one in a barn in Ellington for 38 years, and I sold it to get myself out there. And 98 people were in attendance, PhDs, authors, I mean some really power elite abstract writers, thinkers, and had a wonderful time and met some really true blue people that are dedicated and have the courage to stand against the standard, which it seems as though there's an awful lot wrong of what we've been taught. And so, Ed? Your eyes are going to be drawn to the big one on the left, but in the upper right, in here, when you walk around at the end, there's a replication of that. I've got that pictured, and I have a sister to it in a mirror image, and they're only 120 miles apart. And the one I have in Colebrook is like 5 times the size of this one in Peabody, Massachusetts. What does it mean? I don't know, but I will tell you this, there's a language in stone that is yet to be determined, discovered, interpreted, and hopefully put into practice to save this thing called Mother Earth. Ed? Upper left, Yale Forest, Union, Connecticut. A sister stone about 0.2 of a mile away, upper right. Coastal Connecticut is riddled with powerful evidence. I believe it's Madison and Cranford. Those two are Cranford on the bottom. This is a dolmen, be it sits on a triad of 3 substones, and it's totally elevated off the ground with a ring of stones that go around it, and it sits in the middle. Ed? Look at this real good. Upper right. Does anyone see anything going on other than a one-prop balance rock? It looks like a what? Where? Describe it.
The nose is pointed this way. Flying
You don't
saucer.
stand face.
Is the eyes and the mouth?
These stones, ladies and gentlemen, are sculptures as I perceive them. It will come out in the wash, profound sculptures. Ed?
Jeffrey, if you want to use your pointer, you maybe could show the
Oh.
face.
Yes, indeed. Oh, we lost it. Oh, that's all
me,
right.
That's me.
Ed's trainable. Don't put pressure on him.
Getting there.
And right in here, I've got an eye socket, a nose, when he's looking that way. But then it's even deeper than this, because right in here is the eye of a humpback whale that comes, and his baleen is right in here. Does anyone see that? Sure. Colebrook, Connecticut. You go. Colebrook. Good. It's a.
My hands are off.
That's all right.
Let me get us back.
Oh. Okay. All of coastal New England is a bastion. I don't know why it's so intense. I can tell you this, in my abstract and studies and trying to make sense out of, there's a powerful correlation to fault lines. The intensity, the concentration of stone configuration on fault lines. Then there's a drought. There's not much. Then it's intense again, down the fault line. and you have to cover, you can't just cover a town or two. As Carol noted, my arena of study has been Katahdin down to the Ramapo Mountains of northwestern New Jersey, and every state of New England, including the state of insanity. Okay, here we are again. Here's a real close-up of this. There's his eye. I mean, it's when you're at the right angle on low, it is an exquisite whale. And so, Ed? Let me think of the road. Silky Road. Are you familiar with Silky, a real high road?
Granby.
In Granby, Silky, bingo.
It's the pointer, Jeffrey.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Aha, we have alien aid here. Anyway, lower left, right outside of Skinner's Auction House in Bolton, Massachusetts. And I did not know when I shot that picture about 11 years ago that it's a lovely Indian head profile looking left.
Oh, yeah, you see the nose.
Like the old man on the mountain. And may I congratulate you. The old man on the mountain was an art form of this ancient world. It will be proven when after you look and you start to see the similarity, the ubiquity, the cuts, the style. Every civilization that ever was, ever will be, that it, I guess is of us, Homo sapien, we're going to have art